So, as the famous quote goes, in order to understand the end of the story, you must first start at the beginning. So, the beginning, which is, these dreams that I've been having this week, why I've been having them, as I mentioned, I've been looking at some YouTube channels, I've been getting some messages, and I've had some concerns. So I've been going, when I go to sleep, I guess they've been in my subconscious, and I dream about them. And Fleur Broom, I listened to a lot of her videos. I've listened to some of her videos, and I resonated with some of her videos, particularly this week, the ones on blood types. Please check them out because she does some detailed, great information on knowing your blood type. Now, I don't share my blood type in public, but whoever, the elite or whoever, they already know. And I don't have to tell them. I just don't share, or talk about my blood type. But if you are from bloodline information, I mentioned before that I was born with 12 fingers. So that blood type, if you're familiar with it, you will know. But anyway, to make that come full circle, look at Fleur Broom's 2 videos she did on blood types, and you will understand the importance of knowing your blood type. This particular dream that I was having on blood type was that I was picking different people up, and for some reason I knew their blood type already just by knowing certain characteristics of blood types. But I was taking these people so they can get evidence what their blood type was, and I was taking them to these mountains. I don't know the state, but I was taking them to this big mountain. I guess because I saw that movie, Harriet Tubman. Anyway, I was taking these people to the mountain so they can go into this cave, and they would know, have this test done so that they would know their blood type and be connected with their people. And the funny thing is that these people were not the same race, they were not the same religion, they were not the same sex, they were not the same creed, but they had the same blood type, and they felt at home, and they were able to cure themselves, heal themselves, know where they came from, and it just worked. It just radiated. And these episodes of dreams, they just kept happening. Started off with blood type A. The next night I was dreaming about blood type B. It was interesting. That's how it was going along. But I can't express the importance of knowing your blood type, how therapeutic and healing that it will be, that you should do that. That's why I wanted to come forth and share that essentially. And also I wanted to add in, I know some people don't like getting their blood taken or given blood, etc., etc., and that's understandable. But getting to know, if you don't already know your blood type, I believe is important. I know some people don't like because they don't want their blood in the system. But unfortunately, if you were born, if you ever been in a hospital, if you had your blood drawn, if you've gone to any public place, your DNA is already in the system. So just to let you know, just to clarify and just to make the obvious if you haven't really thought about it. So if they want your information, they already have your information. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then the next thing about these women, I've gotten at least 10 to 15 inboxes. It's like, or on Messenger specifically, and people texting me these videos on people talking about the importance of being safe because Black women are being kidnapped and sold into sex slaves, etc., etc., and it's not being posted on the news. Now, usually I'm not into this conspiracy thing. I'm not into that at all. Not essentially, not really at all. But being that I was getting so many, And then they saying it's not on the news. I don't preach fear-based, not purposefully. I was wondering if it's true. But intuitively, I do feel to some degree it is true. Sometimes we get rumors or whatever. Whether it's a rumor, whether it's true or not, there are no coincidences. If you're getting it, it is an extra precautionary measure you should take to make sure that you are safe. And that's why I wanted to come forth to share that. If you've gotten the message, whether it's being true, because essentially we don't get all the news. There's a lot of stuff that happened at my work that's not on the news. Everything that make the news. So news is basically very subjective. So this is being your news, if you will. If you got the message, if it resonates with you, then you should be extra precautious. Whether you're black, white, Asian, just be extra precautious, If there is some type of measures that you need to take to be extra careful. If you have a significant other, they gave a lot of advice, a lot of safety precautions you should take, making sure you're not out too late, making sure you're not parked next to a van, making sure you're aware of your surroundings, etc., etc. And I have young ladies, I've given them their extra precautionary measures as well. And so I've had dreams about that, that people were whispering, as I was taking people different places, be careful, they're coming, and you don't want to be taken. Everywhere I went when I was going in the mountains to take these people to get their blood types. So be careful. And then this situation with YouTube being what I heard from the creators studio is that basically YouTube is being regulated by the federal government and as well as the creators. So this essentially is a job for some people. It's not a job for me. It's therapeutic, something that I really like to do. I'm not monetized. I don't have commercials. And some of the other creators were saying, I didn't hear YouTube say it yet, that if you're not commercially viable, then your channel could be deleted. I hope not, but if I do, essentially, I would be sad, but this is not the only way that I can be creative. We can also, if we know we can create, we can also create our own measures of being creative and sharing creative information. So this is just a stepping stone. This should not stop anyone by any means necessary. So I don't fear that. I'll be disappointed, but it's not the end. Essentially, it's the beginning. So you can go beyond YouTube if you want to create. You can create another YTube, or YouTube or MeTube. You can do more. There's other platforms as well. Thanks for visiting the city. I hope that this was helpful. Hope that it awakens something for you to think about. Check out Florbroom's thorough explanation of blood types. I think they're probably about 1 to 2 hours each. Very good and very accurate. Anyway, so yes, in order to understand the end of the story, you must first go back to the beginning. Sankofa. So that's what I wanted to come forth and share. Getting in touch with your blood type, where you come from, where you're going, how to heal yourself, your generations to come. And then last but not least, especially, these dreams, these messages from the dream world have some truth and probably perhaps the most truth. Be extra precautious, of your surroundings, being extra safe, especially during these holiday seasons, protecting yourself and protecting your loved ones that are women, specifically of African American descent, because I am, and my young ladies are, my children, my young women, and my family are. Have to take that extra measure to be cautious for whatever reason this is happening, and perhaps even have, our men to step up to be extra protective, if you will. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city, and that was my message from the dream world. Take care.